Yo, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go, set, 18 Gator.
On 1st and 10, Copeland caught by Jones. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got one. Check the backer. Kill. Shift. Watch the shift. Switch.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Watch the slats. Check three. Ready.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. This time, Jackson will throw it. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That's good for a Jacksonville 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. Mike 52.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Back. Bang. Kill.
Lee Tripp.
On first down, it's Grant. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Check.
Greystone travel.
Quick dance. Go. Check safety.
Yo, Jack, go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Down. 70. Indy.
Strong left. 3 down.
Hey, Alpha.
Now it's Jackson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 22.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, D. Kill.
Fournette running right. Fournette, first down, still going. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
To throw on 2nd down, Copeland. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
Throwing on 3rd and long, Copeland. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Fielded at about the 28. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to the early lead. Bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll run on first down. Grant. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's a party now. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Hey, watch the slant.
On first down, Grant. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
This is Grant. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Right back to him on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go, D. Shift.
Looking to throw on second down. Copeland, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll run on first down. McQueen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Down. 8, read.
Time to go, night. Tight left.
X3. 218, chopper.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
Hey!
Shift. 57.
Get it.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. Check.
Yep.
What do you want? 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, pick your game up.
On 3rd down, McQueen. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Jackson will keep it, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Now Leonard Fournette. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Check 99. He's coming. He's coming. Go. 36.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Back to throw. Copeland. Oh, it's intercepted. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
61. Matchbox lights.
Show it up. 20.
You're out.
Check 25. Hatchet.
Shoot.
A first down carry for Smith. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Look at me. Door. Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Copeland. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Falcons send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Jackson rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check three. Undercrush.
General West.
Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's complete to Graham. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Graham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chunking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McQueen, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
At the 34-yard line.
To throw on second down. Copeland airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Copeland, Jaguar pressure, and a Jaguar sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. That's taken on the 25. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Alert 3. Check. Fresno.
Ready.
They'll run it again with Fournette. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
Smooth.
57's mine. In your face.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
57. Mike, 57. I got you, boy.
From the gun, Copeland. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Rush in. Rush in.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that's another big-time run, and it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
Ready?
Watch Mike. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Jackson's going to try the sneak. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Hey, give them credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
On second down, Huber. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep.
And a loose football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Copeland. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Haywood.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Here's 2nd and 8. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Keep playing hard, folks.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Let's get it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Rock 57. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. 57.
Looking to throw. Copeland. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Looking long for Westbrook. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And take it right on the 30. 49-yard punt. 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Here we go, team. Here I come. Here I come.
To throw on 3rd down. Copeland. Jones has it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
57 to Mike.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Pearson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 5. It's caught inside the 25. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. 10 more there and another 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Get it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw. Copeland in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
I don't even know why his team showed up.
57.
Ready?
From the gun, Copeland. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame him one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get it.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Go, go, run.
That's a gain of 7.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Jaguars, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to next week to take on the